Hey everyone, welcome back. Day 3 on the journey to 2000. We are going to switch it up a little bit today. I think I'm not going to start with puzzles. I think I'm just going to go right into the rapid game. But in general, let me know your feedback on what you think about the format and what I can do moving forward. All right, let's get into it. All right, getting in at 1465. First game with white. I am a good for nothing London player. And I'm assuming that he was really trying to play Scandinavian there. Turn up the music just a hair. Let me know what you guys think about the audio. Just the music in the background if you think it's good. Second move really put my opponent out. Absolutely has no idea what to do. 30-second move 2. Chess.com is really, after my performance, or lack thereof, the past few days, they're really putting me up against people that are a little lower. So I like to develop this knight first because especially lower elo people love to try to do this and then they can just hang their knight. Some people like to leave their bishop there and play with the like f4 pawn structure. Definitely not my thing. So I'm just going here first, protect against knight into e4, complete the triangle. I'll get my bishop or my knight out next. So that's always a bad move for them to make, so I'm happy to see that. Kind of keeps the center closed and gives me decent attacking possibilities. So probably for the first time I'm actually up on the clock. I'm going to try to maintain that a little bit better today. I got the suggestion from my buddy that I play offline a little bit while trying to explain my thoughts and moves so that way I can get used to it and not spend all my time just talking. So I'll probably try to do that this weekend. Okay, so that's just kind of a whole lot of nothing. So honestly, in my next moves, I'm probably gonna go knight e5 and barring any weird stuff after that, I'm probably not gonna castle. If he gives me the opportunity to play f4, I'll castle and kind of like play the stonewall structure. I really do like those positions. And then I can bring my bishop over here, try to trade it for the knight, and just really open up the king. But, this is crazy. I guess my opponent has never seen this type of position before. It's very surprising at this level. I feel like everybody plays the London nowadays. I'm honestly really thinking about trying to learn a different opening against d4. Like I was saying yesterday, the King's Indian, I feel like there's just something that's not clicking with me. And I had a way better experience before playing like d4, d5 positions, Queen's Gambit declines, and playing like early c5s against the London, like those types of positions. But curious what you all think. So, let's hope he just takes with the knight and just forks his own pieces. Who could complain? But right now, this is kind of like perfect. I mean, he can push and do all the goofy stuff that he wants to do all day long. I'm really focused over here. Like, I'm gonna try to set up an attack. The London has a reputation of being like a very boring opening, but I get great attacking positions out of the London, especially if I can like get this stone wall structure going, and then can lift your rook. Like I said, trade off this dark square bishop, and just start hammering opponent. Something else I have been meaning to mention is, if you guys want to get some daily games going, here's my username, KiwiNeanderthal. It's because I eat a lot of kiwis. Feel free to add me, and we can get some games going. Having to talk a lot more today to fill time. It's very, I would say, peculiar, outside the norm. I feel like when we're at this lower elo, people tend to play a lot faster, not not super slow. But I guess it works out okay for me, especially because I already have like a grasp of the opening and I have a plan. And I like, unless he's stopping me from doing my plan or threatening something, then I'm just, my next moves, I pretty much already know them as well. Okay. So let's do this. In general, it's good to get the knight off that square, so this square is weak. And yeah, see, so this happens a lot at the lower elo. This is just a free pawn, because takes. He can take my queen, but then I'm just going to castle, and I'm a pawn up, and I have one of his center pawns. I can go f4, kind of bring my bishop somewhere else, try to trade it off. But first he's got to do something about his knight, because his knight is undefended and will be attacked by my bishop. Depending on what he does. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to threaten this pawn. So I'm developing with tempo, right? So that way, if I just like move my queen here, then he has the opportunity to consolidate a little bit, but I want to try to improve my position while also forcing him to do certain things. Okay, so that's kind of like a big nothing burger. I'm going to go ahead and castle. And I'm going to bring probably this rook to the middle. And then I'm going to be looking at, just trying to bring all my pieces into the center. Oh, I threatened that pawn, and then I didn't even, just completely forgot that I was threatening that pawn. I was so excited about finishing my development that I forgot to take free stuff. Wow, holy smokes. I mean, I can certainly respect that this guy's really thinking about everything, but I feel like it kind of reaches a point where he'll be in a similar position to where I've been the past few days, where even if he has a winning position at the end of any sequence that he calculates, I mean, he's not going to have any time to convert. Okay, so he still didn't do anything with the pawn, so we'll just go ahead and take that, just for the sake of being a silly goose. Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely just going to take en passant here. So, like, I'm up 2 pawns. I think it would just be pertinent that I trade material, and that's actually a blunder. So, I mean, in general, the more I do puzzles, right, that's what really helps train this vision. So I can just take this first. Take this. And now I'm up 2 pawns and an exchange. So, it's good to kind of think about counterplay. I mean, he is going to be able to get his knight here to a spot where I would not prefer it to be. But, and that spot being here, I mean, he might just try to go here and go for mate. Or sorry, no. I had the queen on the wrong square there. If he puts his knight here, I can undermine it. Although the pawn can just recapture. Maybe it was smarter to think a little bit more. Maybe this should have been this rook, so that this rook can do things supporting the pawn play over here. But I mean, ultimately, I'm just going to try to break this position wide open. His king is so weak, it's going to result in either me being able to win material or even just trade material. And in either case, you know, I'm very happy with that. I guess the big idea is just to not frickin' blunder checkmate in one, right? So if I go up to f3, Feingold's going to be upset with me. But, you know, we're practically in an endgame at this point, and helps restrict this square for the knight. Okay. That's kind of scary. I completely missed that. Alright, let's take a second and think, because I'm rushing. I'm underestimating my opponent because of his low time. So if I go here, what's the big idea? I mean, I definitely don't want to go here and just frickin' do that. This is now defended by my queen. The knight squares are also defended. So what would have been the right move there? Probably just g3. Probably just g3. But then that would have weakened this square, and he still would have given that check, but at least I wouldn't have given that away with a pawn. So now I'm kind of thinking if I bring my queen over, then it's really like, you know, Levy would say, who's attacking who? And this pawn is weak with, if I were ever to capture it, it would be captured with check. And now I'm threatening to recapture that knight. Okay. God, I feel like there should just be something. So obviously I can't push my pawn because it's pinned to my king by the queen. So I'm just thinking about defending it with the rook. And then does he have anything? I mean, seriously. He's got 3 attackers, I got 3 defenders. You can tell that I go into deep contemplation when I can't stop touching my freaking beard. Yeah, I guess I was kind of confused there. He just ran out of time. Okay. 87. Much better. A little bit upset with myself that I just lost that pawn with check. But this really just goes to show how much more comfortable I feel in the London in an opening that I know so much more. Like, I feel like I know the ins and outs of the London so well. And this is where I feel that way with the Caro-Kann as well. I really want to reach that point with a defense against d4 with black. I'm just not sure what direction to go with it. So again, this is, you can see it barely changed, right? But it is a bad move for black to close the center like that. Okay, so what could it possibly want me to do here? Just crack open the center. I mean, honestly though, what London player would ever play this move? Like, I'm not castled. My opponent is like just playing with pawns and neglecting their own development. Putting my knight right in the center, I feel like it's just common sense. Okay, so that wasn't quite right. If that wasn't quite right, then what was? Taking the queen first? I mean, I'm guessing. Queen g4. Okay. Wow. See, so that was the miss. So now I can do this. En passant is a great move, apparently. I wonder if that's just because nobody knows what that means. Let's see, so, okay, so technically that's the best move. I guess I kind of underestimated myself. Alright, guys. Well, we didn't really get the opportunity to show off any skills, but that was, I would say, a pretty clean win. I just got into a position that I was super comfortable with, knew all the middle game ideas, and I just proceeded with a plan, and opponent spent a little bit too much time thinking about it. Alright, well, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to see me win again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.